Hola familia, this week we are going to make a steady rest. A steady rest made of plywood, and I just use pine for the arms. This is, let's say, a prototype that I intend to make in metal. But at this point, first I wanna see how this one works, and then we'll see. Also, I want to apologize because the video should be uploaded yesterday, Tuesday, but you know, with the gluing time and all the stuff, it was a little bit more complicated that I figured out at the beginning, so I wasn't in time. So anyway, let's go to do a steady rest.
Well, first of all, I have to say that this video is based on Mike Waltz and Stephen Ogle's videos, among others. So my lathe have 11 inches from the bed to the center, so it's 22 inches in maximum capacity. So we begin with a little bit over that, these two squares. I attach them together to be able to cut the outside, and now I'm gonna mark where the arms for the wheels are gonna be, in order to can put some screws as well for the cut on the bandsaw. So once this is marked, I'm gonna flip it upside down and put a nail on the center to be able to use the jig I have for my table saw, for my bandsaw, and cut the circles. Okay, here we go. I'm marking a little bit under 11 inches, you know, just to be sure it's gonna be the right size. Actually, I don't think I'm gonna use all the capacity of the steady rest, but you know, once I do it, why not to do with the total size? So once I cut the outside line, I have to move the jig, I mark it, and then I decide to do even a little bit better than the mark I have with the pencil. So I'm gonna make 2.5 inches wide circle, which is gonna be a little bit more sturdy. Yeah. So once that is cut, we can discard the center one, and now I'm going to cut the arms for the wheels. This is gonna allow me to mark accurately the width of the cuts I have to do in one of the circles. And here I'm going to cut 2 thin stripes to fill the gap I have just cut in the bandsaw. There we go. Now I'm going to mark where the circles are and fill that gap with a little bit of glue and a strip of wood. This is not plywood, it's solid wood, because plywood, that thing is gonna do almost nothing. And it's not needed to clamp it because, you know, the ring is like a spring. So in the meantime, I'm gonna cut the arms, which are gonna be about 11 inches or 11.5 inches long, and I'm going to mark them where I'm gonna make the holes for the wheel and where the channel is gonna be for the adjustments. Now I'm going to attach all of them together in order to drill the holes exactly in the same spot. So I'm gonna go through the 3 layers. Sorry, my hand is in the middle. Now the channels, you can do it either, I did it with a rotor, but you can do it also with a regular jigsaw. Okay, and I'm just planning a little bit the stripes I insert there in order to leave it flat to can glue it together again. So next step should be mark exactly the width of our arms for the wheels and cut it on the bandsaw. Again, you can cut it with a jigsaw, with a handsaw, whatever you have. Okay, once we have this, it's time to reattach them to the other circle. So I'm going to put the screws with a little bit of the tip showing, so it's easier to position them on the right spot. They're not going to move, and it's going to be easier. And anyway, I'm going to use also a bunch of clamps. Okay. Once this is done, next step should be mark where the adjustment screws are going to be and drill the holes. Here we go. Next step is going to be the knobs that are going to adjust everything. So I'm going to use the leftover from the corners to make these knobs. You already saw me in other videos to do so it's not a big deal, very easy. You don't need even glue, it's not needed at all. Okay, now I'm going to use a 2x4 in order to reinforce the let's say when we put our steady rest vertical in this base. So I'm going to reinforce it with 2x4s, and for that I need one side completely flat. So this is where it was in the table saw, and now I'm just attaching the piece that is going to be in between the rails of the lathe. So this is critical to do it exactly, completely square. This is the critical part, this and the attach of the top part of the steady. So this you have to measure it as many times as you need, but it have to be dead square. So now I'm going to attach the first 2x4. I'm going to glue it, clamp it, and then screw it from the bottom. And again, measure it as many times you need. These have to be dead square. Now you flip it upside down and you can put the holes. And you have to countersink the holes because this is the face that is going to be against the bed of the lathe, and you don't want to scratch it, right? Now the next step should be attach the rim of the steady. So again, plenty of glue, and I'm going to attach this one to one of the 2x4s and the other 2x4 to this one, so I don't have to use really long screws. Okay. And to do the second one, I'm going to use some clamps to help me get it in place and perfectly, tight. Now the lower, and we are almost done. Okay, once we have this, it's time to mount everything. All these screws have a square shape on the, next to the head of it, so you can use any way to just. I mean, I don't use chisels to do that. I just tied it very well, and they bite the wood and are not gonna move. You don't need even glue again here. So then the wheels are mounted with a inner in between the wood and the wheel there is a small security washer to allow the wheel to freely spin, and these two small pieces are the ones that are gonna go or hold the whole thing from the bottom. So we are almost done. We just here, as you can see, just mounting the arms for the wheels and attaching that two last pieces you saw, and we are good to go. So it's not a difficult project, it's just it's just time consuming. So I hope this gives you some ideas and helps you to build your own one. In the meantime, I'll see you on Tuesday at the second channel. This week we are gonna make a folding knife display. So see you then, have a good time, bye bye.